couple of Glock upgrades I want to show you guys. That I'm always doing some upgrades to my Glocks. I never have any trouble with my Glocks typically. They function well, they do well. But there are a few things that you can do just to enhance your Glock experience, for lack of a better term. So I'm going to show you a few things that I'm doing, and also I have a new holster and a mag pouch that I also want to show you as well. Both of these Glocks are empty and safety checked. One of the things about a Glock pistol is that it has a plastic recoil guide rod. And even though this is a double guide rod, and this is a Glock Gen 3 model 26, which is the subcompact 26. And they went ahead and put the dual recoil springs in this. It really makes a difference with recoil. But while I was up at Brass Stacker up in Candler, North Carolina, one of the things that I picked up while I was up there was a all steel dual mainspring, and these really hold up well. The plastic can break. I've been replacing all of my Glock recoil guide rods with steel guide rods. In Brass Stacker, I've got a couple of these already, and they do a fantastic job. In fact, a buddy of mine has a Springfield XD that he got one of the Brass Stackers, and it really made a difference. He's shooting 357 SIG, so you can imagine. This is really easy to install. You just replace where your original recoil guide rod and spring are, and of course then you just reassemble, and it's back in business. This is going to help with the longevity of your pistol, and having that dual recoil spring, which of course it already had, it really helps with felt recoil. And so this is one of the things that you can do for your Glock pistol to make it a little more reliable in the long run. Shooting a lot of rounds, having that all steel guide rod is just excellent. Found that the recoil spring was excellent. It does add just a touch of weight to the end, so it even helps me to get back on my target really quickly. Here you can see the steel coming out, and that's just a real comfort, knowing that this is steel, that this isn't just going to break off as a plastic piece would. There's a lot of pressures going on here with recoil, with everything that's going on, with your slide slamming forward. It's going to wear and tear on a plastic guide rod, so go ahead and put yourself a really good recoil guide rod in here that is made of steel, and you're going to get a lot more life out of your pistol. Now this is something that I wouldn't necessarily put on my pistol. It's a pull ring. But one of the beautiful things about this little system is for ladies that are trying to pull the slide back. And I know my wife, in fact, this is her Glock 40. It's a model 23. She carries this with her in her car. It's not her concealed carry piece, but she does carry this for trips, and she does work out of town as an RN, so she's traveling a lot of times. And one of the things she found out was pulling the slide back sometimes is a little bit of a chore. One of the things that I talked to her about, which she's done in the past, is to actually push the frame. Not pull the slide, but push the frame forward. And that really helps with her being able to charge the round into the chamber. But this system, in fact, I've used this quite a bit. This is an excellent way, especially for those of the fairer sex, to be able to pull the slide back with less effort. And it's really easy to install. There's an Allen wrench provided, and you just loosen this up. You place it, and it goes into these serrations here on the slide. Just fits down in, and then you just tighten it up. Of course, you don't want to bind it. One of the things too you want to do is make sure you get it over the piece right here on your slide, because otherwise it'll bind. And this makes it really easy to be able to get a finger in and to be able to pull it back. I mean, it is really an incredible difference. In fact, I can put my pinky here and be able to pull this back without any trouble whatsoever. So I don't really have to have a lot of strength in my hands to be able to pull the slide back. This is an excellent option for ladies, especially in a home defense situation, or if they're keeping a gun in their car for self-defense. Here in South Carolina, you can keep it right in the glove box or in your center console, and that's perfectly legal here in South Carolina. So we keep a gun a lot of times in our car for that purpose. And with my wife and my daughter, it makes it really simple for them to be able just to pull this back. But it does make it quick regardless. Even if you just want something extra to be able to really get quick with your pistol, like in a competition situation, this would be really easy to be able to just pull this back more than grabbing hold or grabbing this way and then charging your pistol. Also, a little Loctite would probably be nice to put this on. But as you can see where the frame comes up, you don't want to get it to where it blocks it, because all that'll do is when you're breaking down the pistol, it's going to bind right here. So, you know, if you want to take this on and off every time you're disassembling your pistol, of course, that is another option. One of the things we found out with the XD is that where it comes down, because it expands a little bit right here at the bottom of the slide, and that's where the ring fits, you do have to take this off to disassemble your pistol. Whenever you do add something to your pistol, before you count on that for self-defense, you definitely need to take it out to the range. You could encounter issues that you don't realize, especially with something like this, especially a recoil guide rod that you're putting in. So don't install it until right before you're getting ready to go out to the range and make sure that this functions, especially if this is a pistol that's for self-defense. I could see where I could get really used to this. You know, most pistols are made as efficiently and as inexpensively as they can make it with the highest quality parts. That means that there's a lot of things out there that you can upgrade your pistols to. And to me, especially if you're a woman and you're having trouble bringing this slide back, this is an excellent addition to put onto your pistol that could really make the difference and to be able to cock that really quickly. I mean, it's just really natural to be able to whip this, pull it, and it really doesn't get in the way because it comes right down your arm. So there's nothing on the side hanging out. There's nothing to get caught on. It's just right back here, ready to go. This is a new holster that I picked up actually a couple of months ago, and I've been meaning to do the review on it, and I had misplaced it. And now that I found it, I love this thin holster. It's so thin, perfect for concealed carry. And not only the holster, but also a mag carrier. And the guys that put this out are equipping the workers. It's a guy that I met at the Black Mountain Prepper Conference, and it was up in North Carolina. I'm always looking for something new and have a lot of different holster systems for what I'm doing, because there's a lot, you know, living life, there are just a lot of different scenarios and different things that you're doing to where you need a different type holster. And one of the things, again, that I really love about this is how thin and easily concealable this holster is. And also, one of the things I like, especially with a clip holster, inside the pants clip holster, is that you can wear this inside your pants and it's really easy to pull out. So all you need to do is pull the clip out and it comes out. But yet, it'll fit around your belt and it won't come out inadvertently, especially when you're drawing your pistol. They did a really good job of molding this holster to the Glock. I mean, you can see the definitions that are coming out. It does have brass here for the fixtures, and then a good steel spring clip that holds well onto your belt. I've been wearing this one and I really like it. I like the way it feels. You don't even know it's there. And of course, the same thing goes with this little small mag pouch, and it's cut to be able to fit the mag pouch in, and you even have the direction you're going to put it in. Also with the brass and steel, got a nice springy clip. But of course, I'll have all the information about this holster setup in the description below. I have it annotated. And it's equippingtheworkers.com. You can go and check it out. This really fits really quickly back into my holster. Because of the Kydex, it retains its rigidity. I like to wear my holster right here in the kidney area. It wears nice, it doesn't print. One thing too I like is it slides right back in. It keeps its rigidity, putting it in, You'll really want to work on that as well though, because you'll need to know where it goes back in. So shooting, reholstering is a really important element of your training. Also, one of the things about keeping an extra mag is being able to get to it and yet keeping it concealed and having some comfort with it. So being able to practice with that, grabbing hold of it, having your finger in the right position, dropping your magazine, all these elements are important for training. And even though I've been doing this a long time and been shooting a lot, I still need to train. And if I don't train on a regular basis, I find out that I'm slower and that I have less dexterity when it comes to being able to do this quickly. And a lot of this needs to be done just in your workshop, in your room, inside where you can do your dry firing, of course making sure that your gun is unloaded and being able to change these magazines in and out, drawing from your holster, drawing from your mag pouch, being able to get that out quickly and efficiently. You can't do it really fast at first, you do it slow and you build yourself up. As you can see, it's real easy just to pull this out with the holster. It keeps your trigger guard covered and inadvertently firing this pistol. You know exactly where your mag is. You don't have to fumble around in your pockets looking for it, pulling it out and not knowing what direction it's in, having to adjust. This way, you pick it up, it's in the adjustment, it's ready to go into your pistol. And one thing a lot of people do, just because they may not have a holster, they just like to keep it without a holster tucked into their belt, especially with the Glock, is that this can be caught really easily and this can fire the weapon. And especially if you've got this tucked in your pants, you don't really want this tucked in there, because something can be, just your shirt can actually catch this. You don't want that going off in your pants, believe me. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. And if you don't want to look like a sissy in front of your friends, do that.